Hi, I'm Natalie Otteson, and you are listening to the Mindset School for Soulful Entrepreneurs, episode number 16. Welcome to the Mindset School podcast, a show for spiritual entrepreneurs who are ready to stop feeling stuck, reconnect to their soul's purpose, and create a deeply fulfilling life and business. I'm Natalie Otteson, transformational life coach and reconnection healing foundational practitioner. And I can help you scale and grow a six-figure business from a place of inner authority, wisdom, knowledge, and truth. If you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you are looking to take that first step towards your dream of running your own business, this is the show for you. Ready to step into your power and move forward with clarity and purpose? Let's go. All right, you guys, welcome back. I just got back from vacation and it was glorious. And I was going to do an episode about boundaries because there's nothing like spending a week with your family to talk about boundaries, but there was something more important that I wanted to talk about instead. So in the last 24 hours, it has been incredibly emotional and intense for me. Yesterday, which was June 28th, I found out that I received my Master Coach certification. Yep, you heard that right. I am now a Master Certified Coach with the Life Coach School. Thank you. This process has been a 6-month intensive training with some of the most spectacular group of individuals, support, staff, coaches through the Life Coach School. So officially, today, we had our Master Coach certification graduation call, and I'm pretty sure I cried for the entire hour and a half. Like I said, originally I was going to talk about boundaries, but instead I want to talk about celebrating ourselves instead. And prior to my Master Certification graduation call, I was working with my spiritual coach, and it was so interesting because this topic actually was brought up in our conversation about creating a celebration circle. So I wanted to ask you, do you celebrate yourself? Is it easy or difficult for you to celebrate yourself? Is it something that you're comfortable with or not comfortable with? How do you celebrate yourself? And what does that celebration look like? This is something over the last 6 months that I realized that I really struggled with. Part of this was because of the religion that I was raised in, that you weren't allowed to be proud of yourself. In fact, pride was something that needed to be repented for. You didn't have pride for your kids. You didn't have pride for things. You were pleased. And so celebrating yourself, it has always been something that has felt really unnatural and even kind of shame behind it. And so I wanted to talk about this because I think it ties in beautifully with my last podcast episode about loving yourself and how important this process is to not only love yourself, but then to also celebrate who you are, every part of who you are and every part of your greatness. So like I said, in the last episode, I talked about this self-love and I talked about doing this self-love challenge. And I talked about how lack of self-love can be showing up. And for me, what I noticed, one of the questions that was asked today was, what was a thought that you believed about yourself before you started Master Coach training? And what is a thought that you believe about yourself now? And the thought that came up for me was, I didn't believe that I was a master coach. I didn't believe I was good enough to be there. And today, 100% with all of my heart and all of my being, I believe that I am a master coach, that I am that person. Now, again, some of the ways that this lack of self-love shows up is thinking I'm not good enough, or I can't do that project, or putting things off because you believe that people aren't going to hear what you have to say, or you don't have enough to offer this world, or whatever that ends up looking like. And I just want to say, and I just want to offer you that when you are able to step into your brilliance, when you are able to show how magnificent you are, and you are able to go in and celebrate every ounce of that being, you show up completely different. And it's so important that, and my business coach says this, that we celebrate the micro wins. Because when we go in and celebrate those micro wins along the way, it gives us that evidence to keep going. And truly, I can go in, and maybe you can relate to this as well, but I can go in and find all the ways that I don't support myself, or I'm not supported, or all the ways I'm not good enough, or all the ways that I didn't succeed or couldn't succeed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But what if we started to look at all the things and all the ways that we are winning daily? So again, my spiritual coach offered this celebration circle, which is something that, with permission, this is something that I am now going to be offering my clients moving forward, because it is such a beautiful way of standing in your power and being recognized for your own brilliance. And if you've signed up for my 30-day self-love challenge, there's a variation of this that we are going to be doing. I'm going to create a Zoom, and I'm going to have as many people that want to be there on the Zoom so we can celebrate our wins, we can celebrate our successes, we can celebrate the love that we have for ourselves and our brilliance and our power and all of that. So let's talk about some ways that you can celebrate yourself. Celebrating yourself, it is such a wonderful way to acknowledge your achievements, to boost your self-confidence, and to practice self-care. So I want to give you some ideas on how you can celebrate yourself. Number one is reflect on your accomplishments. Take some time to think about the things that you have achieved, whether they are big or small, acknowledging your efforts and giving yourself credit for what you've done, even if they're those little teeny tiny micro wins. Making sure that you are acknowledging those things and giving yourself that credit. The other thing you can do is, number two, is treat yourself. Yesterday, when I found out that I passed my Master Coach certification, I was over the moon. I texted everybody. If you got a text from me, you were one of the special ones. No, seriously. I texted everyone. I celebrated with my son. I called my mom. I messaged my friends. And then when my husband got home, we talked and I said, we're going to dinner. I'm so excited. I passed Master Coach training. And so I said, we're going to go out and celebrate. So we went to my favorite restaurant and we celebrated together as a family. So engage in activities or experiences that bring you joy or relaxation. It could be something as simple as going for a massage, watching your favorite movie, buying yourself a small gift, or indulging in a delicious meal like I did. Number three is practicing self-care, prioritizing your well-being by engaging in self-care activities. Take a long bath, go for a walk in nature, meditate, or engage in a hobby you enjoy. Focus on activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Number four is write a letter to yourself. Take some time to write down all the things that you love and appreciate about yourself. Celebrate your strengths, your resilience, your personal growth, and then read that letter later. I had the opportunity to write down who I had to become in order to be this master coach. And I will forever cherish what I wrote down in that letter, because reading this letter to yourself at a later point in time, it absolutely can serve as a reminder of all of your worth and all of your accomplishments and all to be celebrated. Number five is surround yourself with loved ones. So again, one of the first things I did in celebrating myself was reaching out to the people I love and cherish the most. Hugging my husband, hugging my son, being embraced, and spending the evening with them, celebrating one of the most beautiful accomplishments I know that I'm going to be able to do in my life. So celebrate with the people who uplift and support you. Organize a gathering or spend quality time with your friends or family or loved ones. Share your achievements and let them celebrate you. It is so important to let yourself be celebrated. The next one, number 6, is set new goals. So one of the goals that I had, it was actually my Master Coach training project, was to create this podcast. And my goal was to have 5,000 downloads by May 28th. And I didn't reach that goal. And so they offered a new goal of 3,400 downloads by June 25th. I not only reached that goal, but I superseded it. And on top of it, I put a new goal to have 5,000 downloads on the podcast by the end of July. So use this opportunity to set new goals or aspirations for yourself. Celebrate how far you've come and then look forward to what you want to achieve in the future. So now my goal is to put all of my effort into my business to help all of the women who want to truly become their hero. So setting these goals and looking at new opportunities and aspirations, this can help you maintain that positive mindset and continue the growing process. Number 7 is engage in self-reflection. Take time to really reflect on your journey. We talked about this today on our call that integrating this process of becoming this master coach, it's a 6 to 8 month process. And to really take that in. So really including both the successes and the challenges that came up. And there was a lot through this process. They pushed us where we needed to be pushed the most. So celebrate the lessons you've learned and the person you've become as a result of your experiences. Number 8 is practice gratitude. So express gratitude for the things that you have and the experiences that have shaped you. So another way that you can celebrate yourself is practicing gratitude. So number 8, the last way I want to talk about celebrating yourself is practicing gratitude. Express gratitude for the things that you have and the experiences that have shaped you. Celebrate the blessings in your life and focus on the positive aspects. I will tell you, I have been through so many experiences in my life, and I know without a doubt they have shaped who I am today so that I can help you become who you want to become. These experiences, they are for us. So if you allow yourself to celebrate yourself personally, professionally, after you've set a goal, after maybe you didn't set a goal, how can you still celebrate yourself for how you showed up, what you did, what you accomplished along the journey? Again, when I had my goal for my podcast, I didn't reach it, but I still celebrated all of the successes along the way because they're so important. So I just want you to remember that the process of celebrating yourself, it's personal and it's individual for you, and do what resonates with you, but make it a priority to honor and appreciate yourself regularly. It is so important. And how this ends up tying into self-love, when we truly love ourselves, we are able to see our successes. We are able to really encompass and embody and expand ourselves in ways that are miraculous. And when we do that, we send our ripple effect out into the universe, out into the world. So what I want to offer you this week is a free meditation. It's one of my meditations that I love to do and I love to offer my clients. And it is the celebration meditation. So I will link that in the show notes. And if you haven't joined us yet, join the 30-day self-love challenge. It's not too late. You can still participate. I am doing it through Instagram. I'm doing Instagram lives every single day. I am posting the challenge on my Instagram feed, and I would love for you to come and interact with me. Share with me how you are showing up in this challenge. Share with me what you're doing for that day, what you're accomplishing, how you're showing yourself that love. Come and participate with this beautiful group of women who are taking that step to love themselves more. Make sure that you celebrate all of your successes, even the little ones. And make sure that you celebrate yourself because you, my friend, are 100% worth it. I will see you next week. All my love. To celebrate the launch of the show, I'm going to be giving away my favorite books, journals, planners, energy healing sessions, binaural meditation packs, coaching packages, and so much more. I'm going to be giving away 100 prizes for 100 reviews to the lucky listeners who follow, rate, and review the show. It doesn't have to be a 5-star review, although I sure hope you love the show. I want your honest feedback so I can create an amazing show that provides tons of value. If you've entered the podcast giveaway already, make sure that you left a review on Apple Podcasts so that you are eligible to win. Visit soulsistercoaching.com/podcast launch to learn more about the contest and how to enter. Thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Mindset School. Ready to dive deeper into finding your purpose and create a deeply fulfilling life? Visit soulsistercoaching.com for more guidance and resources. See you next week.